Wow. Anyway, welcome back to my channel, Khon Kaen and in this video I'm going to cover a topic that I didn't actually think I was going to cover. Because it's not really what I'm that interested in, and I want to cover more normal things going on in Khon Kaen. But I couldn't ignore what I've just read. And that is the pitfalls of foreigners becoming victim of a wham bam thank you scam with a Thai bar girl. We've all heard the stories. It's been going on as long as there's been a red light district in Thailand, I'm sure. You know, you've all seen the guys, the old guys with the girls half their age and they're so happy. The cliche photograph of the guy at the ATM with two bar girls, one on either side of him. We've all seen this. And yet people are still falling for the scam, even to this day. I'm quite shocked. And they still have this need, oh, but the girl I'm with is different. She's different than all of the other bar girls. But then, you know, by virtue of the fact that they're telling you, or telling everybody in a bar that this one is different, kind of makes you think, well, maybe they're looking for assurances from the foreigners to say, yeah, she is different, but they know deep down that she probably isn't. Anyway, so I've got a story here that I can't believe exists, to be honest. It's just on a laptop. I'm just going to read it, that's all, and then I'll see what you think at the end. Okay, I changed the name of the person, and I've changed a few things to give away any kind of identity or anything that was too personal. Anyway, so here goes. Hi everyone. I'm sure that I'm not alone in falling in love with a bar girl in Thailand and thinking that this girl is different than all other bar girls. See, straight away, different. I am sure of the responses that I will receive, so why bother? If you know already, why bother? But I need to get it off my chest, so here goes. Okay, are you excited? I'm 46 years old and from the UK. Divorced, no kids, and since my divorce, I've been to Thailand 5 times. Very good. For the first 4 trips, I pretty much did what almost any single guy would do, and that is chase the bar girls as much as I could and got drunk and had typical lads' holidays, as he put it. And why not? Although I've met many girls, I've always tried to treat them respectfully. Good. I've tried to learn a bit of the language and a little bit about the religion, and whenever I've spoken to Thais, be it in bars, cafes or hotels, I've always been told that I have a good heart. Aww, something that every Thai bar girl tells you. The 4th time, however, I met a girl in a bar in Pattaya, and I couldn't prise myself away from her. She was called Gift, although I'm assuming it'd be Give, 28 years old, had 2 kids and was divorced from her husband. The fact that she was divorced resonated with me. Her parents were taking care of her kids, aged 4 and 6, so I could spend time with just her. Anyway, I spent my last few days with her and we got on really well. I gave her 20,000 baht at the end of my holiday. She tried to refuse it and we agreed to keep in touch. Wow, 20,000 baht. We have since spoken regularly and always message each other. Okay, fine. I've just returned from my most recent trip to Los, L-O-S, or Land of Smiles, and I spent the whole time with Give. I loved every minute of it. I had mentioned to her that I wanted to visit Issarn, where she comes from, and to my surprise, she took me, and I spent an amazing couple of days at the home up there, which was in a small rural area. We visited her family, who had never seen a farang before other than on the TV. I'm not sure of that. I was very surprised that they treated me very well and seemed genuinely happy to meet me. She mentioned me to them a while ago, even though some of the family members could only speak Cambodian, so communicating was difficult at times. How do you know if they're happy with you? If you cannot communicate? I don't know. I also met her sister, who told me that she was initially worried about her sister taking a farang, a foreigner, to meet her parents, But after meeting me, she thought I was nice and was now happy for her sister to be with me. Good for him. I've also spoken to her daughter on the phone before during a call to this girl. Rather than going to bars every day, we actually did different things, whether it was visiting an island or a temple, being blessed by monks, or going to the movies, or whatever. Anyway, the upshot. Are you excited? I'm starting to fall madly in love with this girl in a big way. She has never asked me for money. We'll come back to that. Even though I have offered, although I did send several thousand baht so her family could get a water supply hooked up to the house, which she showed me when I visited. She didn't ask for it, but I insisted on helping. She told me she doesn't want me to send money to her because she wants me to know her for a long time, so I am sure I know what I want. I know she's a working girl, and whenever I asked about the other foreigners, don't forget, at first she was reluctant to tell me, but she has since told me about her other regulars because she has told me she wants to understand her and what she has to do to support her kids and parents and grandmother. She is one of 3 daughters with no sons. She's shown me messages she has received from other foreigners and has told me of one foreigner who was sending her money. Said she didn't want money, but with whom she's ended ties. She showed me a message confirming this and the response from the foreigner being not too happy about it. That would be very difficult to fake a message. She told me she likes me so much because I am different. So she's different and he's different. Are we seeing a pattern here? And I've shown her respect and I've always asked about her family. Her friends at the bar have said she's a popular girl. Popular with whom? The girls or punters in the bar? Sorry, I've lost it now. Oh no. Her friends have said that she's a popular girl, but she cares for me a lot. But I know that they could just be saying that. Everyone else, I ask, says I should not get into a relationship with the bar girl. Maybe listen to them. As it will only end in tears. But they don't know this girl like I do. I think, and I hope, that I do. So you do know her, but you're not sure if you do. I need some advice here, guys, on how I should play this out. I really like her and genuinely believe she really likes me. I am thinking of selling everything here in the UK and moving out to her hometown in Issarn, where we can buy a small plot of land and build a modest house. This is why I am doing this video. I know all the stories and that a lot of you have been thinking probably letting myself in for a whole lot of heartache, but I'm not so sure. I've been around the block over the years and I think I'm a pretty good judge of character, but I haven't ever had to deal with a Thai bar girl before. Surely there must be some success stories out there. Thanks in advance, and sorry about the length of this post. Darren. I've just called him Darren. That's not his name. Okay, Darren, I'm sorry to say, but I think you are going to fall victim of a scam. Something that's all too common in the Thai bar area. That's not definite to say it is, but the chances are quite high, I would say. I've heard it too many times, too many stories about this. And I'm amazed it still goes on. You know, I understand where he's coming from. I understand the fact that, yes, he has feelings about this girl. Yes, it's very easy to fall in love with Thai girls because they are so beautiful and they are so nice and so loving and caring most of the time. But you really, really do have to be careful. And that's not to say that all Thai bar girls are bad. Of course they're not. There are many, many, many great Thai bar girls. But there are just too many sharks who are swimming around in all of the bars looking for your money. And for me personally, you know, if you go out on holiday to Thailand, meet someone, great, have some fun, wonderful. Don't worry about it at all. And if you give them some money at the end, great, whatever. That's entirely up to you. Where the big problem is, and that's why I brought this to everyone's attention, is the guy is thinking of selling all this stuff and moving out to Thailand, buying a house, buying land, building a house on the land, and also I'm sure he will get a car, a big pickup or something like that. It's not a good thing to do, in my opinion. You could end up being potless, losing all of your money, losing everything before you've even started. And this is all over a girl you don't really know much about, you've been on holiday with, basically. You know, it's not a good thing. Now, I understand, I know people may find it difficult to meet girls in their own country. Like, if you're just like an average 40, 50, 60-year-old guy, just an average Joe like myself, it's not easy, you know, and you go on dating apps and you might not be that confident. You come to Thailand and you meet this bar girl and she is beautiful and she does push all the right buttons, she says all the right things, you know. You are different, you are a kind person, you are handsome, you are this, you are that, and it makes you feel good, you know. We've all been there. But instead of doing that, have your holiday, go home. If you want to come and live in Thailand, that's great. That's what this channel is all about. People who want to relocate, come and live here, whether it's to retire, to live, to work, whatever it be. But do it with an open mind and a closed wallet. Come over here, think about what you're going to do. Yeah, I would advise you to just come over as a single person. If you're going to do that, come out here for 6 months, come out here for a year first. Yes, don't just relocate to somewhere like Issarn first without knowing what it's like. You know, maybe the girl is good, maybe she's a great person, but you might go there, you might become bored. You might be from a big city in your own country and you go there and there's nothing to do, you know. There's only so much you can talk about with someone that you've got very limited knowledge of the language, if any at all. And likewise, you may not be able to speak that good at English. You could get really, really bored, and as he was saying, like half the family speak Cambodian. So, very, very difficult situation. You're better off coming over, just coming alone, going meeting guys if you want to go and do that, having a few beers, and then if you want to meet girls, go to 7-Eleven, go to the market, go to a supermarket, go to the bank, go somewhere like that. And I promise you, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of women who, because of their social circle, because of their job, whatever reason, they haven't met a partner. Quite a lot of time you see business women, they're very, very, very busy. They've just not had the opportunity to meet someone, you know? So go out, go talking to them, and you'll be surprised how many can speak English, especially if you're in somewhere like Pattaya, Bangkok, Chiang Mai. The level of English is fantastic. There's a guy on my estate who went out, met his wife by getting his hair cut. Yeah, she owns a salon just on the estate. He went there a couple of times to get his hair cut, and and they got talking. They ended up going on a date a few times, blah 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 blah, and the rest is history, as they say. They're now happily married of about 3 years or so. Everything's good, you know. And she was early 30s. You know, he was mid 40s at the time, something like that. You know, so the age gap's not too big. He's not like twice her age. She's not, you know, it's all good. But the reason I do know that these scams exist is purely and simply because you hear so many stories about that. But I've got one other little story about it, which is quite interesting. I thought it was quite funny at the time, but obviously not for the guys. A friend of mine called Andy, he went into an internet cafe and was sending an email to whoever, his mum or whatever. This is going back before phones were all quite as smart as they are today. And anyway, he was in an internet cafe and this good-looking girl, early 20s, came in, sat down, and he looked at what she was doing, and she had this list. She got this list, it's about so big, and she's feverishly typing away. She used to type in those days, and he's looking away at what she's doing. And he realised what she was actually doing was she had like a cut and paste email, yeah, and what she did, she took the first email address on this list, put it in, changed the name, sent the email, did it again, different email, different name, sent it again, did it again and again and again, and there were about 20 names on this list. And he had to ask her, he had to talk to her and said, who are all those to? She said, they're to my sponsors, as she put it. And basically, these guys, they come on holiday, they fall in love with this girl, they go home, and before they know it, she's on the payroll. She's giving them money. They're giving her money every single month. And in this email, she actually stated that her grandmother was ill, and she needed treatment urgently. So please, can she have extra money? And this is to the guys who already send her money every single month, and there's about 20 of them. And she was laughing about it, and she just said that, well, if these guys are so stupid, why can't I make money out of it? And to be honest, I've got no problem with that. If guys are going to be so gullible, going to be so stupid, well, so be it. But even then, that's not really the reason why I'm talking about this story. The real reason why I want to talk about this story is the guy was talking about coming out, selling everything he had, coming out, buying the house, buying the car, buying this, buying that. And before he knows it, it could all be gone. He could be left with nothing. If you're just sending a bit of money from your own country, so be it. It's not the end of the world if it goes wrong. But if you come out here and you've sold everything, and then you use everything you've got to set yourselves up, you not definitely, but you could be in for a big shock. Yeah. And I'll quickly tell you the other story that I actually told a few days ago about a guy who came over to Thailand. He met a girl in a bar, typical story. He fell in love. She was saying all the right things, and before you knew it, he bought a plot of land. Oh, that's in her name. You cannot own land in Thailand as a foreigner. He then built a large house on it, a 3 or 4 bedroom house. Yeah, again, in her name. You cannot own it because it's touching land. You can own a condo or a flat or an apartment, whatever you want to call it, and you can own a car. He also bought a car for her, and it was in her name. It was a big pickup. And within 6 months, everything was going great, but after about 6 months, she moved all her family in, she kicked him out and changed the locks. He could do nothing about it. He went to see a lawyer or a solicitor, he went to see one, couldn't do anything because everything was in her name and they weren't even married. He then, very sadly, rented accommodation directly opposite the house that he'd had built. And it was a very run-down house, I believe, as well. And in all that time, he just spent another 6 months or so trying to get back with her, and she didn't want to know. Eventually, he went back to his own country. I'm not sure which one. I think it was Belgium. Don't quote me on that. He went back to his own country, I believe, because he didn't have enough pension to sustain him out in Thailand in total, which is really, really, really sad, because you have to have 65,000 baht a month coming in, or 800,000 baht in the bank at any one time if you want to retire here. And I believe he didn't have that much, so he had to go back. And it's such a sad story, and it'll always stay with me forever, that one. And it's something that I don't want anyone else to fall for. That's not to say all Thai bar girls are bad. Of course they're not. There are many, many great ones who just want to meet, they do just want to genuinely meet some guy and fall in love and live happily ever after. But if you're talking a 60-year-old man with a 20-year-old girl, 50-year-old, it's just not quite right, is it? Surely there's something not right there, and all the alarm bells should be going. If it's just for fun, up to you, But if you want to take it to the next level, if you want to get serious, if you want to get married, if you want to buy everything, just make sure it's the right girl. Just as I said, go out, go to 7-Eleven, go to the market, go to the bank, get your bloody hair cut, and start talking to the ladies there. You'd be surprised how nice they really, really, really are, Normal Thai people are some of the best people on the planet. I love Thai people, especially up here in Issarn. They're so friendly, so nice. And if actually you go to Pattaya, to Bangkok, to other places, half of the people working down there are from Issarn anyway. And they're so nice. Lovely, lovely people. So that would be my advice. Come to Khon Kaen, come to Issarn, stay in Pattaya, wherever you want to be, yeah? But meet normal girls, women, ladies, whatever you want to call them. Just meet them, go out, talk. It's far, far, far more rewarding, I promise you. And before you know it, you could be living that dream, yes? Not the nightmare it could turn out to be. And I said, not all girls are bad, some are great, but some of them are sharks. Just be careful with your money. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? Anyway, that will do for this video. Join me in my next video, which I'm about to make, because that is going to be about my personal budget in a city in Issarn. Okay, so it might be a little bit different than, say, living in rural Issarn or living in places like Bangkok or Pattaya. It could be quite different, and it may be a budget that fits your needs. Who knows? So join me for that one. It will be out very, very soon indeed. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.